Oh! As you can see, the BMW build didn't really go as planned. This is my not so cheap anymore BMW E61. In the previous episodes we replaced the turbo since it died and left us stranded on the way home. Then we found out that the engine timing chains are stretched, so we replaced them. And now it's finally time to finish this thing. After the last episode I thought that this car was done, but actually not. There's still a fair amount of things that needs to be sorted before we can fully say it's finished. So after the timing chain replacement, I have covered with this car around 350 kilometers. The car is working flawlessly, except that there is vibration under brake load. When I bought the car, I thought it was the faulty tie rod, but we replaced it in the last episode. And it did not help. Other bushings in the suspension compartment are good, no play whatsoever. So the cause is probably the discs, they are warped. So we need to replace the discs and pads. And also another thing is we need to replace the front left fender. Why is that, you may ask? And that is because I crashed it. So I made a mistake, I hit the fender. And the bumper you can see. The bumper you can see is so slightly hit that I bought a touch-up kit and I'm gonna just touch this up. I'm not gonna change the bumper, there's no point. All this is gonna buff out. But the fender is completely messed up. All this was bent inwards. At this point it's cheaper to get another one in the correct color. So I picked up another one in the same color, so I hope it matches. I know this was very stupid of me, but I backed into this thing with one of my other cars. I take full responsibility. Judge me if you want, guys. Here you can see it's vibrating. Now, that's insane vibration. Very unpleasant to drive. So this is the fender. Here's the fender. It looks alright except for this big scratch. That's why I got the touch-up kit for carbon Schwarz color. So this will be able to be touched up. It will not be perfect, but it will be a lot better. And you see there's a lot of micro scratches that will polish out. Good. Compress the piston. This bad boy. So another problem that this car has, that the left xenon doesn't work sometimes. Then you just switch the light button on and off and then it turns on again. And there's three things that can be. It is the bulb, the igniter, the unit that is on the bulb, and then the ballast. Most likely what I read on forum, it's the ballast because that's what controls the voltage to the lamp. Close the brake reservoir. So firstly, I will try to swap over the ballast from this bad boy, and then we will go for a test drive. Because the problem usually occurs when the car is warm and you have driven it around for a bit. You can see the big scratch on there, but that was the only fender I could find in the correct color. It's better than it was, but painting in Norway is very expensive, so there's no point to do that. And it's gonna touch up. It's gonna be possible to live with. So to remove the headlight, 2 bolts here and here, firstly, then 2 more bolts under in the bottom that you need to just loosen. I forgot, you need to loosen the bumper as well. Then you prop back the bumper. Finally. Bam, unplug it. You turn the light upside down. And this unit here is the ballast. By the way, video dropping on this soon. Nice. Let's see if it even works now. I mean, it does work, but... I also don't like that the car shows faults after I installed the LED number plate lights. So I will put in a set of resistors. So it draws energy and it looks like, and the car sees that there's a normal bulb inside. And another thing is, you need to fix the wiper because it's completely rusted. The way the wiper works is, there's a shaft going through the window in here, and that pin, this pin goes inside here, and this moves like this, and then the wiper turns. But now you can see it's completely solid. Very common problem. The shaft inside the unit, inside this housing, rusts and gets stuck. Now it lights up. Okay, wiper came off. Then there's a little clip that pops off, like that. Then the washer. Then remove this big nut. Oh my. What do you guys call this? This is French wrench. The perfect way to round off bolts. Beautiful. Guys, if you have watched my videos, you probably know by now that I live by a train station. So I can't do anything about the random sounds. Then remove the sensor for the button here. And then this is gonna be stuck. Then take the hammer and make sure to smash the window. The whole unit usually just comes out. The whole unit is even stuck in the plastic and I don't want to break anything. That was stupid. I just closed the window with the button undisconnected. I managed to open it with the diagnostic tool. Finally, that took longer than it should have. Now the hard part is to loosen the shaft inside here so it's free. Now it's completely stuck. That just happened. It completely broke in half. So once again, this is the crashed one. We will borrow the thing from this one. You can see it's tight, but it's actually moving. Then I will order another one. Beautiful. So I took this one apart like this, or it's this way actually. Then I'm gonna grease it up, and now you see how loosely it's supposed to turn, just like this. By the way, this thing also was stuck inside, so I managed to hit it until it came out and looped it up, and now it's working fine as well. Then the big nut goes on, then the washer, the locking C-clip, then the wiper, great, 10 out of 10. And the cap here. So then we take the little resistor thingy, we're gonna clip it on between the cables. Then the last thing to fix, sway bar links. They are making sound. So the old sway bar link is out. They are torqued to 65 Newton meters. Not so easy to torque if you have a simple torque wrench, because this is a ball joint. Welcome to EMS Garage. Oh! Ah! Kurwa! Oh, yeah. Some silicone remover. I'm just using a small zip tie to put. This is my first time ever doing this. So I guess I will let it dry now, then I'm gonna polish it, I guess. So this video did came out a bit shorter than usual, but all the things we did had to be done. What's the plan now for it? Originally when I bought the car, I didn't think it's gonna need this much work. There was a lot of work that needed to be done on this car, but now it's done. I can confidently say that there's nothing that needs to be done on the car. It's driving fine, nothing is broken, and it's gonna be a good daily driver. So now we'll be selling this car and I guess look for other cars to buy. Thanks for watching.
Still sitting here in my bed, still thinking about what you said, still fighting the demons in my head, still the same as the last year. Why do you keep telling me